Today, the role of Patrick Drake will be played by Ethan Erickson.
So, what were you and Elizabeth talking about?
Just girl stuff.
Oh, so, meaning me.
Wow. Are you really that self-centered or just that paranoid?
Oh, come on, what am I supposed to think? I walk in and Elizabeth can't get out the door fast enough.
Please, she came over to bring me this box of clothes and toys that our kids have outgrown. But this one could be for a boy or a girl, right?
Okay, fine. Don't tell me. That was a pretty cryptic thing she said as she was leaving. What was it, no time like the present?
Actually, Elizabeth was... She was encouraging me to...
To what?
Hello? Mom? Where are you?
If you think my asking for another 10 million is greedy, then feel free to make a counteroffer. We both know that you can afford it.
I don't want the new drug. Or the old one, for that matter. In fact, I'm done doing business with you altogether.
Nice try.
No, really, I'm terminating our agreement.
You're a man in love with a memory. A hallucination that will fade without the help of my wonder drugs. Mr. Cassadine, you have a choice to make. Do you go on living with Emily, however insubstantial, or do you die all alone?
I made my choice.
Try making a counteroffer instead. What can you pay, 8 million? 5?
Why are you suddenly so desperate to sell me a drug I just said I didn't want?
You're wasting time that you don't have.
Exactly. I'm the one with the tumor, so why are you acting like you have a death sentence?
Any idea who's trying to kill you?
My father. And he won't stop until I'm dead.
Yeah.
How come there aren't any guards outside?
I cut back on security.
Do you think that's wise, considering everything that's going on? I mean, I think now is the time to be more careful.
I know what I'm doing, Alexis.
All righty. How's Michael?
Michael, doctors think that he'll never wake up from the coma. Carly wants a second opinion, so Jax has a specialist from Europe flown in, and they're running tests right now. You know, it's just, what am I going to do? I'm being as hopeful as I can, right?
Yeah. You need to be. We all need to be hopeful when it comes to our families.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here, actually. I'm hopeful that you might be able to talk your brother out of setting Anthony Zaccara free.
Mom, I can barely hear you. You're coming? When are you coming? Mom? Mom, hello? Hello? Oh! Call dropped.
Where is she?
I don't know. Hopefully rappelling into some secret compound nowhere near Port Charles.
Am I missing something here? You love it when your mom comes to visit.
I haven't told her I'm pregnant yet.
Oh, Robin, it's been months.
I know, but I didn't want to tell her something like that over the phone. I mean, it's not like I could have anyway. Every single time I talk to her, I can barely make out every other word.
What? Not something you can tell her in person.
Right. How do you tell Wonder Woman she's going to be Grandma?
This is the gown that will be featured on the premiere issue of Crimson.
Neela Laurenti has really outdone herself.
Maxie, this dress doesn't appear on the runway until the fall. How did you know it was from Neela's collection?
Maxie looked at the invoice. No, I can tell because the detailing is so awesome.
Well, your eye is certainly improving. Now, let's work on that vocabulary. Try replacing adjectives like awesome with real words, like exquisite, signature.
Awesome is a real word.
Right, Lulu, and so is dude, but I don't want to hear that in the office either. Now, this is a list of names that I want vying for the cover to appear in that dress. Get me an answer before I leave tonight.
Johnny? Kate Howard's office. Yes, I'll transfer you to layout. The extension is 2246. Scarlett Johansson, Keira Knightley, Kate Moss, every single celebrity is on this list.
Well, then it shouldn't be too hard for you to find someone. That is, if your mind is on the task at hand.
All right, I will take the models. You can have the actresses.
Why do I have the actresses?
Because I'm the first assistant and I said so. Besides, I've already built a rapport with all the bookers at the top modeling agencies here. Rapport, Lulu, that means relationship.
Greetings, blonde ones. The Jackal's coming to be
Hi, Nellie, I was wondering when you were going to come to
See me? I'm sorry to bring this up right now. I know that you're preoccupied.
No, of course I'm preoccupied. My 12-year-old boy's in a coma because somebody tried to kill me. Anthony Zakar is not crazy anymore. So he could have been the one who ordered the hit.
This is all the more reason why you need to hear me out. Now listen, the minute Rick told me that he was trying to secure Anthony's release, I did some research on my own. They have deposed medical experts. I've read the testimony, and there's a very good chance that Rick could prove that Anthony suffered from undiagnosed schizophrenia, which legally means there was no intent to do harm. Legally, he would be not guilty.
There's got to be something you could do. Some maneuver that can keep Anthony's case tied up in court until he's released. Delay the release, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, and I am prepared to pursue every option. But the only way to keep him in custody is to cancel the hearing.
Great, do it.
I can't do it.
What do you
Rick
mean
has
you
to do it
can't?
because Rick filed a petition. He has to
Well,
be
then
the
you
one.
should be talking to Rick.
I want you to do it.
You want me to do it? Well, what's Rick going to tell me? He hates me.
He hates that he's not important to you. So if you just asked him for a
Okay,
little help, he
here's
would
the thing with
consider
Rick.
giving it.
Let me just explain to you about Rick. He only thinks about himself, cares about himself.
You know that's not true because he risked his life to save Carly. So now would be a good time to show a little recognition, perhaps a little gratitude. A simple thank you would really go a long way with him.
Thank heavens, a voice of reason. I hope you have managed to talk some sense into him regarding this appalling situation.
Okay, I've already heard everything that she had to say.
Excellent.
Okay.
Now you understand why Max and I should be allowed to continue our association without interference from either of you.
Getting you moved to Shady Brook was the first hurdle. Convincing a judge that you're sane is going to be a little bit more difficult, considering the laundry list of crimes that you committed, each one more heinous than the last.
Hot calling the kettle black, don't you think?
Look, your hearing is next Wednesday, Anthony. I want you to be prepared. Don't go trying to explain away anything you did during your insanity. Our entire defense hinges on the assertion that you were as much a victim of your illness as the people that you hurt. You have to appear extremely remorseful and thoroughly appalled, as any normal human being would be by the suffering.
Where's Claudia?
Well, I guess I should feel special. Daddy spent years ignoring me. Now I got full attention.
Do you have a gun?
Yeah, it's in the car. How careless of me not to accessorize before leaving the scene of my near death.
Yeah, or convenient.
What is that supposed to mean?
You called me up here now getting shot at?
What do you think? I set you up, Jason? My car took a nosedive off a bluff going 90. If I wanted to kill you, why would I kill myself in the process?
You telling me this is all a coincidence?
My father has somebody following me. Obviously, the guy's here to kill me. hope you're as good as they say you are, or else this guy's gonna get 2 for 1. Since you're the one with the gun, you want to try firing it instead of sitting there
Last 2
playing with
shots
your
came
bullets?
from different angles. The sniper's moving.
I should have shoved that pillow down my father's throat when I had the chance. He doesn't deserve the satisfaction of killing me!
Quiet. Shut up!
Here's a thought. Why don't you try aiming instead of
Those
wasting
are warning
bullets?
shots to stop the guy from getting a better
For
position.
how long? 1, 2, 3 minutes,
Well,
maybe?
It's more time than we had before.
Fine. What are we going to do after that? We can't hold him off for long with 1 gun.
Why don't you make a run for it? If he shoots you, maybe he'll quit while he's ahead.
Claudia left a while ago. I'm guessing to tell you that she thinks Mr. Lansing here has been dishonest with me.
Well, I haven't heard from Claudia. But it definitely sounds plausible. His father pulled the wool over your eyes and manipulated you for years.
I prefer to think of it as mutually manipulative.
Yeah, not that you learned a damn thing from it.
Show some respect. My legs might not be working yet, but I got my mind back. So I want you to tell me the truth about this. Claudia claims that you two paid Rick to get me released.
We did?
He's lying. I can back that up.
And why would my father believe you over me?
Because I don't want him dead.
Neither do I.
No, you just want me locked away until I die. Isn't that right?
I had to change of heart.
That's convenient.
Claudia and I hired Rick to get you released from the prison hospital. We figured you'd be more comfortable here. Rick got carried away and decided to get you released altogether.
So you didn't pay Rick to show initiative?
Claudia was all for it. She even gave Rick a bonus.
This story gets better every time I hear it.
You are still my father. We need to come together as a family and present a united front against those outsiders who want to use us and take us
John,
down.
however you want to spin this whole thing, your father's not sick anymore.
I'm not mute either. I can speak for myself. Now get out of here so I can talk to my son.
We're not finished yet, Anthony.
I said get out.
It's fine. I'll come back later.
I'll be waiting on you when you get back.
You know, your son John is lying, just like his sister.
You know, in my day, people who lied to me got their tongues yanked out. But I'm older now, so I realize that was way too good for them.
Diane, my boy is in a coma. The man who could be responsible may be put back out on the street, and all you can think about is having sex with my bodyguard?
No, I am not that insensitive. But he is your ex-bodyguard. You disbanded your security detail, remember?
Well, I need my lawyer. I can't have you distracted.
But you make it sound like I'm some love-sick schoolgirl who puddles every time the boy she likes walks in the room. And not only is that unfair, it is blatantly inaccurate. And unlike the two of you, I am able to keep my private life private.
The fact that you walked in here and thought we were talking about your little dalliance with Max might suggest otherwise, so cool it, okay?
When
It's
did
getting out
you
of hand.
start taking his side?
Count on you to be focused and level-headed, and because of this Max thing, you're acting like crazy, all obsessed.
Well, not for long. You know why? Because you and Max are over. End of story.
When did you become so judgmental?
When you became distracted by your libido.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm just getting it. You're jealous.
A little. But more importantly, I'm your friend, and I'm trying to keep you from making the same mistake that I have made. I have told Kate 1,000 times that sleeping with guys like that is the worst mistake that you could ever make.
Don't mind Lulu. She's just desperate for attention because Johnny drop-kicked her to the curb. Now what can I do for you?
Spinelli is my friend. He's here to see me.
Lulu, you don't have friends. You have fans.
And what are they to you besides sex toys?
Look, ladies, there's no need to fight. Okay, there's more than enough of the jackal to go around.
Well, why don't you just tell us who you're really here to
Tell her, Spinelli.
While the jackal enjoys the company of many fair-haired beauties, I've actually come...
Spinelli! Have you made any progress on that favor I asked of you?
You're here to see Kate? Why?
Spinelli is finding a blogger for me to write a column in the first issue of Crimson. I'm hoping to generate a little internet buzz before we debut. When can I see a draft?
Well, actually, regrettably, the jackal has been so preoccupied with the most urgent matter for Stone
So what
Cold
are you doing here other than distracting my assistants? I believe you know the way out. Ladies, the phones won't dial themselves.
Oh, I was just gonna look up those contact numbers.
Try to keep them in order.
Way to go, Lulu. If you hadn't been so desperate for Spinelli's attention, he could have told me he was here to see Kate.
You mean he would have told me if you hadn't interrupted our conversation?
Not everything is all about you. You're so self-absorbed.
It's better than bitchy and fake.
I'm gonna go! Like, Lulu! Now look what you did!
All I'm doing is offering my help.
Then why does it sound like you're in trouble to me?
I have a very limited opportunity to make this deal with my supplier. Pass now and I won't get a second chance.
I never should have taken you up on the offer in the first place. All you've done is play on my desperation, and that's just no way for anyone to live now, is it?
You got what you paid for? You're still seeing Emily?
No, actually, the whole thing has been an insult to Emily and to my love for her, and you're an insult to your profession. If you continue to push your miracles on me or anyone else, I'll just turn you into the medical board and any regulatory agency I can find.
You'll be sorry.
I already am. What did I just do?
Nicholas, you just proved you're still the man I love.
Without those pills, my only option is to have the surgery.
Then that's what you'll do.
But then I lose you.
You lost me the night of the ball.
No.
I've never really been here. I'm just a symptom of what's wrong with you.
No, you're not. You're my life. You're my whole life.
You can't keep living in the past. Okay, Spencer needs you. You have to go on for him.
How do I do that? How do I go on without you in my...
Of course, I wanted to tell my mother that I was pregnant the second I found out, but, you know, she's undercover somewhere, and the shock of the news could have thrown her off her game a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think your mom is easily thrown.
Right. You did not see the look on my mother's face when I told her that I was thinking about having a baby. Just the idea of being a grandmother terrified her. So now that it's a reality, she's gonna go into overdrive and try to prove, you know, that she's not getting old. God, this is gonna be such a disaster.
Don't you think you're overreacting just a bit here?
No, I don't. This is my mother that we're talking about. When she's not jumping out of planes, she's chasing armed mercenaries in the jungle with nothing but a machete. Not exactly your conventional grandmother.
Yeah, good point. But you gotta give Anna credit. She loves you, and she knows how badly you've wanted to have a baby. I mean, why wouldn't your own mother be happy for you?
Oh, she will be happy. She will be thrilled. She'll be giddy, and then she'll have a nervous breakdown.
I'll have my assistant set up something next week. You too, Adrian.
Busy? That won't take long.
No, is it Michael?
No. It's me. Alexis and Diane were in my office. They were butting heads, and Alexis said something that hit home. She said that Kate, you know, a savvy, smart career woman, had no business being with a guy like me. I think she's right.
My father's been out of prison 24 hours and he's already trying to kill me. It's classic.
Why you, your brother's ones took over?
He thinks I'm a bad influence on John. Trying to steer his precious son against him, which is so silly because my brother wants him dead more than I do.
Why not just take Anthony out once and for all?
He's my father, for God's sakes. That's where you're supposed to come in.
I told you, I'm not killing anyone for you.
Really? Even if he's the one who's responsible for the guy who shot Michael in the head?
Stone Cold, the Jackal needs your counsel in the most urgent of matters.
I'm sorry, Mr. Grasshopper. There's no one here but us thoroughly chastised.
I'm sorry. Had I known that Mr. Corinthos's office was otherwise occupied, my entrance would have been preceded by a knock. Please forgive the untimely intrusion.
Well, I was just on my way out. But since I am here, I'm still on retainer. Maybe I can be of some assistance. What is the topic of the day. Money laundering, tax evasion, perjury. All hypothetically speaking, of course.
Women?
Women in general, or is there one in particular?
One who I at first thoroughly loathed and then begrudgingly admired, and now
wish to deflower?
The jackal is most certain her petals are long fallen.
Nothing wrong with a little experience. So what's the question?
How does one go from distant admiration to actually claiming the woman of one's dreams?
And this said woman, I'm assuming, has no inkling of your affection.
Oh, sadly, no. Once again, the jackal is doomed to love from afar.
Heavens, not necessarily.
Do you know the secret to taming the wild heart?
It's very simple. Listen. A woman wants a man who is strong and powerful and completely uncowed by the consequences of affection. She wants him to fight for her against fair weather friends and social stigma and uptight bosses. She wants a man seized with heat, swept away with desire, so that he may in turn sweep her away. In short, Mr. Grasshopper, carpe diem.
Seize the day.
Well, more traditionally translated as harvest the day, as one would harvest fruit before it spoils.
Right. The brusque lady of justice is indeed inspiring.
Absolutely. So why are you still standing here? Go, harvest. Oh, yes. Most definitely, yes.
I think we've had this conversation several times,
Well, we're going to
actually.
keep having this conversation until you listen, because you deserve better than what I can give
I
you.
don't need you to keep telling me why we shouldn't be together.
Why haven't you left?
I think I have. Several times. Something keeps drawing me back.
I don't want you to stay here because for me.
Okay, fine. Any romantic gestures aside, I've put in a lot of time, money, and effort into starting Crimson, and
Right.
abandoning it right now would be a disaster for me, professionally and personally. Okay?
Also, this is all about business. See, it's not about me. It's
Oh, Sonny.
No,
Let's just not forget the simple fact. I love you. Enough to stand by your side.
You still think you can handle my life?
Sonny, I'm not just here to love you. I'm here to help you, and I can't do that if you don't let me.
I can't bring Michael back, and nothing I can do can change the fact that I put him where he is. And I know you were trying to help. But the problem is you can't. Nobody can.
I'm not the only person you're ever allowed to love, you know?
I don't want to love anybody else.
So you say that now because I'm still here. Or at least the idea of me is. But the person that I was, Nicholas, the Emily who could think and feel and love you on her own, that person left a long time ago. You have to know in your heart that that's true.
I know, I haven't been fair to you.
No, you haven't been fair to yourself. Nicholas, you know me better than anyone. And you know that this is not what I would have wanted for you. To shut yourself off and waste everything that you are and everything that you have to give on a memory.
I can't stop thinking about when we first met. You You're just an awkward teenager who grew up into this beautiful woman that I loved so much. And that's the problem. I still do. And it's just not fair. It's not fair that after everything that we've been through, cancer, divorce, and then we finally find our way back to each other. And it's all over. It's all...
No, Nicholas, don't you see? It's not over. As long as you're alive, we're not over. I'll always be with you.
The blood work on Mr. Perkins hasn't come back yet, has it?
The lab dropped off the results a couple hours ago. I think there's a chart here somewhere.
And Nicholas Cassadine hasn't left me any kind of messages, has he?
Nope. And that's probably a good thing.
Do you have a problem with me, Nurse Crowell?
Well, since you asked, I have several, actually. For starters, I can't stand the way you act around the nursing staff. We are here to assist you, not amuse you. Instead of treating us all as your next conquest, you might try showing a little respect.
Respect goes both ways.
My Aunt Raylene would say, respect is not something even the richest man can buy.
And did your loquacious aunt offer any advice about how to treat your superiors?
Look, I get that you're some big shot doctor, and I should be grateful that you're even bothering to acknowledge the existence of little old me. But I think you should be ashamed of the way you're preying on Nicholas's undying love for Emily. Taking advantage of him, selling him illegal drugs.
How I treat my patients is none of your concern.
You may call yourself a doctor, may even have the diplomas to prove it, but I don't think you're any different than the dope dealer standing on the corner.
In case your Aunt Raylene never warned you, girls with loose lips can often wind up in tight places and never find their way out again.
He's not returning fire. That cannot be a good sign. He must be closer than we think.
Stop. I need you to get right in.
What, and get picked off the minute I'm out in the open? No, thank you.
You can't shoot what he can't see. On my signal, I want you to head for that tree line, right there.
You want to give the guy some target practice? Go for it. Be my guest. I
need you to draw his fire.
So you can run the other way.
I could have done that a long time ago. Either you want to trust me or you don't want to trust me.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, well, why don't you tell her if she changes her mind not to call us back because her last movie sucked anyway and we'd have to fumigate the dress if she wore it.
Maxie, I'm leaving for the evening. How did you do on the photo shoot?
Sorry, I've left...
Always the preamble for an excuse, Maxie.
No, it's not my fault. Lulu left and left me to make all the phone calls.
Okay, fine. I'll sacrifice my evening and do it myself. Give me the numbers.
Okay.
All right, why don't you see that you sacrifice your evening and immerse yourself in something useful? Maxie, like, I don't know, the alphabet.
Okay.
Email me the numbers when you're through.
For somebody who doesn't like to play games, you sure took a long time to call.
I've had a lot going on.
I guess I should lie and say I have too, but I've been sitting by the phone waiting to hear from you. I know that sounds pathetic, but I guess I thought after that kiss I would at least read a text.
I meant to call sooner, Lulu.
Well, it's okay. You're here now. I'm ready to have some fun.
We can't. Rick Lansing had my father transferred to Shady Brook, and now he's trying to have him released altogether. And you remember my father, right? The guy that tried to kill you.
You know, Anthony, if you don't trust me at this juncture, I don't think we have much of a future together.
Sounds like you're gonna propose. Beat it, kid. Lansing and I need to talk. Sending the monkey out may have been a mistake. The way my children tell it, you're the one I need protecting from.
Well, your children said a lot of things, Anthony, none of which happen to be true. They would rather see you rotting in a prison cell instead of home as a free man.
Yeah, well, John has seen a lot of stuff he shouldn't have over the years, but he's always stayed with me.
Not that you gave him much choice, right?
My son is loyal. It's his bitch of a sister I need to keep.
John bided his time, Anthony, okay? He waited for the opportunity to take control. Now he's got your money, he's got your power. Why would he want to give that up? Your son is trying to alienate you from the one person who is truly in your corner, and that would be me. Don't fall for it.
Mr. Corinthos, to what do I owe this honor?
I'm not here for you, Anthony. I want to talk to my brother.
Dead.
Hey, stay down. Keep away from the windows.
Listen, my dad only hires the best. This guy's not gonna stop until we're dead.
If you don't stay down, you're gonna be dead.
We have a few bullets left. We have no way of calling for help. How long do you honestly think that we're gonna last?
You don't have to check on me every 5 minutes. I'm pregnant. I'm not helpless. Hi, Mom.
They help you find something there?
I can't find Thumb Bunny.
I'm sorry, you can't find what?
Thumb Bunny? I can't put on the puppet show on Peas without him.
Okay. And it's not in your survival kit there?
You mean my clown bag?
Oh, here.
Oh.
There you go. I'm sorry, I shouldn't tease you about that. The bag is you. It's who you are, and I think it's good to be different.
It's all part of being alive. If you're looking for Dr. Devlin, you're gonna have to get someone else to page him because I don't want anything more to do with the guy.
Neither do I.
Have you told him that? Because he came by here earlier checking his messages and he said he was expecting a call from you.
I don't care what he expects of me anymore. I don't want anything to do with him or his experimental drugs. I'm going to reschedule the surgery with Dr. Drake.
You mean that?
Yeah. I need to let go of Emily. It's time for me to move on with my life.
The jackal must...
What are you doing here?
There comes a time in a man's life for seizing, and...
What?
I'm here for the harvest. To let ignited passion sweep off that which must be swept.
How many barbecue potato chips have you had?
Carpe Uvi.
English.
A man must seize his grapes before they wither.
Spinelli, you kind of sound like you're having a stroke. Maybe you should sit down and take a load off. I'm gonna change out of this dress before I ruin it.
No, wait.
For what?
If Rick convinces the courts that my father is sane, then he'll be a free man.
Well, why should I be afraid of your father if he's not crazy?
He's more dangerous this way.
But I'm not a threat to your father.
But he's gonna try to use you to control me, and I'm not about to sit by and watch that happen again. We have to end this. We're over.
What if I don't want to?
Did you find anything?
Nothing that'll do us much good.
Keep looking.
I wouldn't mind finding a bottle of scotch, whiskey, vodka, anything to take the edge off. So,
I know you're good at what you do. Why do you do it, man? What is it, the money, the rush? You ever feel guilty after?
Why don't you try to find a better weapon than a butter knife?
Hey, how long do you honestly think we're gonna last here? What do you got, 5 bullets? Why did you even go after me when my car went over the embankment? Wouldn't it have been better to just let me die?
Probably, yeah.
So, why did you risk your life to save mine?
All right, Rick, I know you want Trevor to pay for, all he's done to you, the way he shut you out, the way, he's made you feel like nothing. The guy is an ass. I don't blame you for wanting to see him squirm, but don't use Anthony to do it. There's no way in hell you can control that freak.
Hey, the freak is still in the room.
Okay, you set him loose? Rick, we're all gonna pay.
Uh-oh, the big man is shaking in his shoes. You're gonna cave?
Rick! All this talk about wanting to be my brother. And all those years you wasted hating me and all that. Now is your chance to prove it.
Let me ask you something. Do you ever notice every time that you want to use the brother card because it's convenient for you, when it's something that you want or need, if it comes from me, you spit in my face no matter what it is? What makes this time any different, Sonny?
Because right now you have an opportunity to be a decent human being. Listen, all you gotta do is walk. Let him rot like he deserves.
Really, what's in it for me?
Me.
I was a really big fan of Brenda and Sonny. Luke and Laura, Driscoll and Felicia.
Happy 45th birthday, General Hospital!
Keep watching General Hospital.